Are we live?
Says we are.
Back live.
Okay.
Your
So
Honor,
Councilmember DeWitt,
I would make a motion that we give Craig a 3% raise for the 2020-21 salary.
Support.
okay, motion support. Further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Councilmember Carlson,
Yay.
Councilmember Blease,
Yes.
Councilmember Montgomery,
Yes.
Councilmember O'Donnell,
Yes.
Councilmember DeWitt,
Yes,
Councilmember Sias,
Yay.
Mayor Hop,
Yes,
motion passed.
thank you. Moving down to item 8, public comments. I see no one else has joined in tonight. So we'll move to 9, report, city manager.
No report?
Move down to city council members. Mayor Pro Tem O'Donnell.
Thank you, Your Honor. This last week, I participated at the convention with the MML as a voting delegate to their business meeting on Tuesday. We discussed and voted on and approved the agenda for our coming calendar year. Some of the things that we talked about was the physical design and workability of the cities, the multimodal transportation networks, environmental sustainability, cultural economic development, long word I can't say very well, welcoming and education, messaging and technology, municipal finance and services. During the general sessions, we talked about introduction to community wealth, building up our city and basically advertising. Of course, racial equity was in there. Building community wealth through social entrepreneurship. We had a session on leading in the time of crisis. One of the breakout sessions, which if I only attended just one session, this was worth the money we spent on the convention, and that was on the future of public safety, re-imaging community engagement. This is a program that has been put in place by the Wayne County Sheriff's Department, and they had a George Floyd type incident the day after that occurred, and because of this program that they had in place, they didn't have the community disruption, and it was resolved very peacefully. This is something that they brought up. It was not the some of the models they brought up was that we need to not defund the police, but we need to actually increase the funding to the police, give them a better training in some of the more current problems that are being faced, the drug problems, the mental issues, which are greatly on the increase at this time. If anybody's interested in seeing that program, it's an hour long and it's on the MML website. I'm actually looking at, I normally don't do this, but I might just put this out on Facebook so that people can see it.
Yeah, I'll be done in a couple minutes.
We had a live chat with the Secretary of State, and she went over some voting issues. It's going to be a very involved, very tough voting season, but they are taking every precaution to make sure that it is done in a fair manner, and that everybody's vote will be counted. There were a couple of, we also talked about federal and state legislative issues. This is where we discussed the marijuana, the state budget was approved on the 30th. And it looks like they only had about instead of a $3 billion deficit, they got it down to a $1 billion deficit. But some of the things that were pertain to us, in the lame duck session, there are 5 bills that we need to, as citizens of the state and as representatives of the city of Perrysburg, we need to take a look at because they preempt the authority of cities, which I am greatly against the state coming in and saying, you have to do this. I'd rather the cities control their own destinies. One is, it doesn't pertain to us, but it is a bill, a preemptive bill. It has to do with gravel mining. But again, it's taking away authority from the cities to govern their own zoning. And that is Senate Bill 431. The other four others have to do with, short-term rental. It's back on the agenda. And they're looking to perhaps push this through in the lame duck session. Right now, the House of Representatives is on break, and the Senate is looking to take a break at the end of this week. But they will be back for the lame duck session in November and early December. So those bills are House Bill 4046 and 4054, 4054, and Senate Bills 1144 and Senate Bill 1145. I know I'm going to be contacting my representatives in town to say no to these bills. I had a few other courses or breakout sessions that were very beneficial, and I look forward to perhaps sharing some of these in the future. And a report.
Thank you. Councilmember Montgomery.
So the Ferrysburg Rec Commission met again with our designer to go walk through the Ferrysburg City Hall Park. We gave her a lot of good feedback on different things that we were hoping to have in and around the City Hall. As far as parks and recreation goes, parking was a big piece of it, as well as the multi-use for our the park area, the playground area, and the ball diamonds, or possibly 2 ball diamonds. It's a unique piece of property, so I look forward to seeing what she's able to come up with, both to get better use out of it, better parking availability, as well as just give better visibility to our City Hall. End of report.
And Ms. Blau does a nice job in what she does. So
She
I've
does
known
a
her
very
for
nice job.
many years. Mhm.
Yep, she does a great.
Thank you. Councilmember Sias.
Yeah, a couple things. The Beautification Commission is having this meeting next Monday at 6:30. I believe it's on the 10th. Another thing is I had kind of a unique situation this afternoon with some of the panhandlers that we've been getting in town. My wife was walking down the bike path and was called a spick and told to go back to her own country and quit taking her jobs. I realize that people have freedom of speech and they have the right to stand out there and panhandle according to the courts. But I am asking that, Craig, you get some more information on other municipalities' ordinances and what they've done to curb the panhandling situation in their cities. And I'm asking City Council to look at those other proposals from other municipalities and possibly adopt some of our own. I talked to Sergeant Kick at Ottawa County Sheriff today about it, and he said that he's getting numerous calls daily about it. So it's becoming a problem with him and resources of the county and the city. So that's another factor we need to think about. It's becoming a problem for him as well. So I would ask that Craig get some information on other ordinances on municipalities, and the council bring that up on a work session.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Is your wife doing well?
Yes, she's fine.
Okay.
She give him $2. Yeah, after she left Lepings, and yeah,
Okay.
and then yeah, but yeah, and
She's a-
the problem it kind of escalated. We went to the hardware store, and then she was in the car with me, and he was still out there, and she wanted me to be the bigger person, and just leave it lay. And I was like, well, the citizens of our city shouldn't be harassed like that. If he's doing it to you, he's doing it to other people. And I don't agree with that. And I think that we need to keep our city clean of that kind of behavior. And when we were leaving, he yelled at me, I don't need your help, because he gave her money, and keep your money. And that's when I kind of lost my temper, and I went to talk to Sergeant Kick about it and see what we could do about it. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Mhm.
Councilmember Carlson,
No report.
Councilmember DeWitt.
Yeah, I just want to personally thank Craig for making our jobs real easy and giving us the proper information and preparing us properly for the meetings. End of report.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Bliss.
The MPO meeting for October is canceled, the Transportation Committee. Not sure about November yet. They said maybe they'll do a Zoom one, so we don't know. I did want to, mention that Craig does an awesome job, so we're lucky to have him for city manager. And then to Jerry's comments, I thought we had something in the city ordinance about panhandlers, didn't we, Craig? Didn't we have something like that already?
I don't think so.
No, Sergeant Kick said there's nothing, we can create an ordinance like, they can't be within so many feet of a bike path, or so many
Oh,
feet of an ATM, of something of that nature. But the Supreme Court ruled that they have the right to sit out there and do it and solicit if they see fit, until we intervene and do something about it, basically. So. And
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and they normally don't bother me, and I've seen them out there for quite a while now, and it hasn't been an issue until today. But I'm just concerned, if he's doing it to my wife, he's doing it to other people, and they're just intimidated, and they don't know what to do about it. They're just frustrated. So I think it's something we should definitely look into.
Thank
yeah,
you.
because about a month or so ago, Deputy Ramon was dropping off my pet, or sitting by my street. So I asked him about the panhandler over across from a la mode, just on the exit ramp to get into Ferrysburg. And that guy was there almost every day for a couple weeks. And I asked him what his deal was. He said he was a homeless guy, and he kind of lived in the woods and wherever else, but he said he wasn't really causing any trouble, so that didn't seem like an issue. So maybe that's a different guy, but I've seen a couple different ones around the neighborhood and stuff, so.
Yeah, this was the one that sits outside Lepings, and mostly.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Haven't seen him, I guess. Okay. Okay, end of report.
Okay, thank you. I just have a couple things. I too also attended the MML convention. There's great speakers. MML always does a fabulous job, and this was the first virtual convention that they put on. I had the opportunity to be a presenter as past president for Michigan Women in Municipal Government. And then also I'm continuing to serve in my position as vice president of Michigan Michigan Association of Mayors. Saturday, I attended the Ottawa Sands community get together that they had, and Ottawa County Parks presented 2 options and had some really good discussions about the 2 options that they have for the properties. Anyways, but despite the cold and the rain, it was a pretty decent turnout. And I did see, Craig and Stephanie Rowley were also in attendance to that event too. So one more thing, late this afternoon, I received notification that both the state and the House are introducing new bills for amending the Open Meeting Act. With that, to allow for electronic virtual meetings to take place without the executive order, suspending some of the requirements. So more to come as this unfolds, but it's definitely something that we're going to have to be aware of. Thank you to our fire department and their continued dedication to our community And please remember him this week. It's Fire Prevention Week from October 4th to October 10th. And Craig, thank you so much for what you do for the city. Always prepared, always willing to help us out in that. So with that being said, end of report. Motion to
Motion to
adjourn.
adjourn.
Okay, have a great week.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
See you.
Bye.